Hey guys, Solomon here. Welcome to what could be a brand new Let's Play, but might just be a one-shot. This is Rogue Legacy. So I picked this game up on Steam a week or two ago, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. To put into perspective, when I first picked up this game, I did not put it down for another 4 hours because it's just so addicting and fun. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full series on this, because as fun as a hack-and-slash platformer as this is, it involves a lot of dying and having to start over, as you will soon see. So, for now, I'm just going to kind of do a one-shot to just kind of show off how the game works. And if you guys want to see more, if you want to see me actually progress through the game and try to beat it in full, I can work towards that, but it depends on what you guys think. So, for now, let's just start on the tutorial here. We have our main character here, Mr. Question Mark Man. He is a knight with 25 strength and magic, because that's the default stats for a knight. So there you go. Now, as you can see, I've pretty much, as I should know how to play the game, I've had so much fun with it. I'm finding lots of gold, that's really helpful, actually. Not that it matters, this is only a tutorial. As you can see, he can jump like he's on the moon, and that's because these guys have very lightweight armor. At least that's my explanation for it. It's worth noting that I'm actually playing this game with a controller and not actually on a keyboard. Except the controller support on this game is kind of bad. It only seems to work with Xbox 360 controllers. So I'm using something called Joy 2 Key, so I can use my Logitech controller instead. And on that note, here's our first enemy. He's already dead. Grey Knight. Not too hard. Just make sure you back off before he swings his sword, and you'll be just fine. So, I'd like to say I'm pretty good at this game, but I really am not. This is not a game you can just be good at. It involves a lot of dying, like I said, and, well, you're gonna see. It's a bit tedious to play in that respect. So there's a nice little clown on the wall there, and I don't know what to comment on at this point. What, I guess the drops here, you get gold from these things, and sometimes other stuffs. We have a down attack, that's something I don't really see in too many games. Except these things like to disappear after a while, that's kind of annoying, honestly. I don't know, I like this game, honestly. The down attack is maybe the one thing I don't like, but other than that, this is a fun game. So we got these statues here, we got this here, we got... that was a chicken leg, it restores health, but only 10% of it at a time. So, yeah, health recovery and magic recovery, pretty hard in this game for that reason. So, let's see what we got here. We got stained glass windows, we got knights charging off to get the Holy Grail, and we got monsters to oppose them. Well, that's an interesting story. I don't know what kind of story that fountain has, but let's talk to the king, shall we? And by talk, I mean murder! So, let us begin. Rogue Legacy. So, now we are Sir Lee, who is the son of Question Mark Man, I guess. He is also a knight, so pretty much he has the same stats as before. We have a little train dummy here, and if you look up in the top there, it does have some nice flavor text. It's kind of a little addition here. So, to quickly kind of describe this character real quickly, and ignore Santa Claus in the background, that's just... I don't know why that's there. If you look in the upper left corner, we have our little level there. I believe level will tie to something we'll see soon enough here, but for now, just ignore it. We have our HP bar, as you can see, and our MP bar. We have our gold, which, as you can see, we have none. I guess everything that our father had didn't carry over, which is sad. But we also have magic, which is used by using... I don't know what button this is. For me, it's the number 3 button. But as you can see, it does use MP, except in this area. In this area, right before the castle, you have unlimited MP, and pretty much can do whatever you want. But that's boring to just show off that ability, so let's go into the castle. Castle Hampson. So this is a teleporter pad. As we find more of them, we can warp between them. Not very useful, honestly, given the nature of this game. Alright, 100 gold. Well, that's already got me well set for the future. 200 gold, alright. Well, I'm going to be able to show off quite a few upgrades early on. And this is the Prince's Journal. Throughout this castle, you're going to find a lot of these entries, and for the most part, I'm just going to kind of skip through them and maybe comment on them a little bit. Like how the prince here is going into this castle here to find an item which might heal his father, the king, who apparently our father was responsible for hurting. Well, apparently the king isn't dead, so his children are going out to complete this quest for him. And the prince here went on alone because he didn't want his sisters and brothers to get involved. I don't know why. I guess he wants all the glory of saving his father for himself. In any case, let's move on to the first room. So, I like to speak on each enemy type, but there's just so many here. There was that fire mage, you had the fireball, and you have a picture here, as you can see, which I just killed. And we have the gray man again. Except he's on a frickin' slope, which is really, really hard to hit him on. But thankfully he's dead, and we got another canvas here. Whoop. So far, so good. So far, so good. Back off, and in for the kill. Oh. Alright, I took one hit there. No problem, though. No problem. Because I'm sitting pretty right now. I'm not taking too much damage. Getting a lot of gold, actually. This is a pretty good run already, I'll say it right now. Recovered a bit of... Oh! Well, this area just got a little harder. Oh! Hey, this is a nice little area right here. So this is a statue of Charon, who we have actually not met yet, but we will meet him on our next run. If we pray to him, we can get an item. Oh, Charon's Oblo. That is actually pretty good. What Charon's Oblo does, and, well, you'll see what it does when I eventually die. There's no buts about it. I am gonna eventually die. It does something special, I'll say that much. But so far, I'm actually doing pretty good here. Pretty darn good, actually. Huh. I'm a little surprised I'm doing this well with just the first character you get. Whoa. Ooh. So this guy here has a sphere. He's a corrupt knight. And as you can see, he's very good at using that spear. And I took a hit because I was being a little bit stupid there. Not too hard, these guys. And as you can see, we have a treasure chest. So, the way is clear. That picture is safe. So let's open this chest and see what we get. Nice! Lots of money. Okay, you see this grayed out section of the wall here? If you are considered a midget, which there is a... I'll explain this later when we eventually get to the next hero. But if you're a midget, you can pass through walls like that. And usually it leads to shortcuts. Like, see, here's another little wall here. So if you're small enough to fit in here, you can take a nice little shortcut past all the enemies. That said, let's jump up here and... Oh, it's a dead-end room. Well, that's brilliant. Alright, well, let's just backtrack to a previous point and see where we can go from there. I don't know, I have to say, this is a pretty good run. Ooh, and I've already found the boss room. So I guess I should say there are boss rooms in this whole place here, as you probably can tell already. Alright, I'm already at full health. I actually wonder if I should try the boss. You know, I'll show it off. But first, let me open these chests. More money and a blueprint. Alright. So we already got our first blueprint and everything. I am doing amazingly well here. Well, let's see if I can take on the first boss. It's probably not going to happen, but let's see what happens. Oh yeah, and there is a teleporter pad down there, but I wouldn't take it. It doesn't actually link back to the teleporter pad from the main room. So, welcome to the first boss. This is Kindle, the gatekeeper. Now, if I was being less stupid... I might do a little better here, which I am. This is going really well so far, aside from that one unnecessary hit. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm probably gonna die now. As you can see, I've barely chipped off any of his health here. I don't know. I might still get lucky. Nope, maybe not. I don't know, I'm doing pretty okay. Am I actually gonna beat this boss for the first time? Nope, probably not. I think I just jinxed myself here. No, I'm actually doing pretty okay here. Just don't get hit. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, I might actually do this. I'm getting really lucky here. Just don't lose focus. Okay, doing fine. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Damn it! So close. I should have done a down strike there. That would have done it. Oh, I came so close. That is the closest I've actually ever gotten to killing Kilder. And that was with the first character, too. That's what's really disappointing to me. Oh, man. Well, there you go. I died. So what happens when you die? Well, you go back to the title screen, and if you choose your hair, well, you get to choose someone to take your place. So Sir Lee, the Gallant Knight, and, oh, they actually do give him a name. Jones. Huh. Well, in any case, we have to choose this guy's hair now, because he failed, so now someone needs to replace him. So we got Sir Jacob the Mage, Sir Seller the Mage, and Sir Useless the Knave. Ha! Alright. Now, as you may notice, each of these guys has a different weapon, well, not weapon, but a different magic spell, and certain traits to them. Sir Jacob here is gay and has OCD. This is actually a good trait, the OCD, but I'll explain that in a bit here. Endomorph and OCD. Heavy, so enemies can't knock him back. And a Knave. Risky hero, low stats, but can land devastating critical strikes. And IBS and Corporelia. Yeah. I'll try to explain these traits as they come along, assuming I do a full playthrough. For now, I'm just going to pass over them and just kind of point out that having OCD with a mage is actually pretty good. And, well, unfortunately their abilities are not that great. I'll go with this guy, though, because Time Stop can be sometimes useful. So, right now I have 890 gold. Thankfully, all that gold I collected from Sir Lee carries over. So let's use some of that to unlock the smithy and get the start on my own castle. So the blacksmith has now been added to the area before the castle, and now we have these little things here. We can use these to increase our health, to increase our magic, and as you may kind of notice here, like, what we have here is we can upgrade the knight into paladins, which gives them a blocking attack. But I want to check something here. 120 gold to upgrade health, but if I upgrade to a knight, 130 gold. You see, this is the trick here. Every time you buy an upgrade in the castle here, this increases your level. So, if you take all the upgrades you bought, in this case I'm probably level 4 now, this increases the price of everything you can buy through this shop here. Now, I'm going to try to spend my money wisely here, so let's go ahead and get an equipment up, so that way I can unlock these two sections here to the side, the Architect and the Enchantress. Now, I believe I want to get the Enchantress next, because having access to runes as soon as possible would be kind of nice. Now, we can also increase magic damage, or we can upgrade our mage. The problem is, I don't know... Well, for what I want to get first, I think I do want to get the mage, so let's go ahead and unlock that. So now we can eventually get the miner. This is a new job class for our group, and this is one of the best classes to unlock early on. Simply because the miner will help you get so much more gold, which will allow you to basically buy more stuff a lot more easily. And you will see why he's so good later. But unfortunately, I am almost out of money, so I'm going to have to reallocate this money elsewhere. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can buy, so... Welcome to our new little, I guess you could call it our town square. So this is the Blacksmith. What it is that those recipes I picked up, well, the recipe, I should say, these are blueprints which the Blacksmith can use to craft you items. These are equipment you can equip on your character, and after paying for them once, you basically unlock them for good. So here, if I really wanted to... well, let me show that better here. If I wanted to, I could buy this Squire Sword, except I don't have the money. But this basically increases my damage, but also my weight. Now, what weight contributes to is simply how much equipment you can carry. I'm pretty sure having more weight, I'm pretty sure you won't slow down if you have a ton of weight on you. Like, I think it's just equipment standards, I think is what it is. So as long as you have enough weight to carry whatever equipment you want, then, well, there you go. So this is that armor I found, the knight chest plate, and the squire limbs, and no capes yet, but we'll find them eventually. And here is the Enchantress. Now, this is where something special that, if you were reading that tip from Sir Lee there are certain items you can find called fairy chests, and they are kind of like challenge rooms. Inside those chests are something called runes, and this is where the Enchantress comes in. When you buy runes from her, they bestow special abilities and special moves you can do in order to ensure that you can get through the game a little faster. Now, we start with... well, let me try that again. We start with one already in the shop, the sprint rune, and this gets binded to our sword. Now, the way it works is that you can only equip one rune per item in your inventory. One per equipment slot. And we already start with 2 already, which is pretty good. But you can only equip 1 per slot. However, it's the same set of runes per slot. So, these 11 runes here, these are the same 11 runes for every spot in your inventory. So what this basically means is, if I wanted to, I could equip multiple sprint runes across different pieces of armor, and basically stack the effects. But since I don't have the money, I can't show that off at all. I suppose I should show off my current magic while I have free magic use. This is Time Stop. And apparently the Blacksmith is not affected by Time Stop because he is weird. Now, the way Time Stop works is that it gradually decreases your magic as long as it's in effect. But since I have unlimited MP here, I can turn it off, and there you go. Alright, so this is Charon. Now, normally, what Charon does is he will usually take your money, all the money you have on you, before he'll let you back in the castle whenever you play with a hare. With Sir Lee, you get a free pass because you don't have any money. But afterwards, you need to give everything to Charon. All your money and everything. But, as you saw there, I had his... I forget what it was called, the Oblo? In any case, that's basically like a one-time free, I get to keep all my money pass. So, usually, if you get that, it's a good idea to save up your money. Because that way, you'll be able to get more stuff later on. So now, if we check out this book, it's basically just a summary of all the diary entries we found up to this point. Since we haven't found any more diary entries, it's just that one. So, as you can see, we're back in the same room here. You might think it's the same dungeon. Guess what? It's not. It's actually different. We got new enemies. Well, kind of newish. Unfortunately, our character is... frickin' heck. Well, I died. Quite easily and quickly, unfortunately. That's my fault for choosing a mage. Right, let's use a character who might last a little longer, shall we? Let's see. Let's just go with a classic paladin with the axe. How about that? So, I only have 90 gold, which unfortunately is not going to get me anything. I squandered that Oblo so badly. I feel embarrassed for it. For some reason, he wants to talk to us still. I guess it's because I haven't checked out all the new stuff he has, oh well. In any case, now we get to see what Sharon actually does. He takes all your money, and now we can enter the castle. The castle which gets regenerated on every entry, so it's always a different experience every time you play. Different character, different castle. There is a way to keep the castle the same, but we have not actually unlocked him yet, and that's because I'm prioritizing getting the miner first. Oh. Alright, so let's open the chest, get some money. Great, now we can afford stuff again. Let's press onwards, and what do we have in here? Oh, it's an ice caster. Ice caster guys can actually pass through these floors. And we have zombies, of course. Zombies, everyone's best friend. The best enemy for any game involving mass murder. Recovered some HP, which is good. We have that guy down there. Thankfully, we can take him out because we're strong enough. That's just a picture, which is good. I don't know how I avoided that. Not very well, it seems. You want to take out the eyeballs first, usually, because they're magic... Ow. They're projectile attack... Oh, come on! This is a frickin' spellcaster. These guys aren't supposed to be hard. The eyeballs are usually annoying because they always lock onto your position if you're within screen range. Whoa. Okay, so here we have our first fairy chest. Now, I don't think I can actually do this because of the weapon I have. Usually with rooms like this, you need a special weapon. Unfortunately, I do not have the right kind of special weapon. Because as you can see, the axe will arc up at an angle. And unfortunately, I need something that will fire down. So, I'm going to have to pass on that fairy chest. There is a way to get those if you don't have the right magic. But it's kind of... Whoa. Kind of hard. So as you can see here, we have little turret things here. Not terribly hard, but they can be annoying. Just try not to get hit by them. Get some more money. And we got another blood eye thing here. Just kill it now so we don't have to worry about it. Kill the turret, and we're good to go. What's up here? Whoa! Yeah, we're gonna get a little health first. Alright, not too hard, and we got another blueprint, the Night Helm. Alright, so far so good. I walked right into that, so it's my fault totally. And we got a fireball guy. Not jumping into him, and maybe I'll actually live. More money, good. Really, as long as you get a lot of money per run, you're pretty much gonna sit pretty. Oh, he didn't die in one hit, that's bad. Let's skip that room. It's a dead-end room, no treasure in it, might as well skip it. Because as you might notice, my health's a little bit low. I suppose I never really did talk about this. With the Paladin, we have a blocking move, which we use with what I'm using as the number 4 key, but basically, when you're guarding like this, you actually will not take damage. Unfortunately, it does consume MP every time you take damage, so it's not really good for long-time survival. Alright, this was the way to the fairy chest. Well, nothing we can do there, so let's see what's down here. Oh, look, another journal entry. Alright. Making progress with the journals. Journal entry 2. So, this is the eldest child, the prince, not the father's favorite. And he probably will be left with nothing. Ah, so this is a motivation for wanting to find the cure. If he saves the king, he will, in turn, become the new king. He will earn everything that, by some right, he shouldn't get. Well, hold on a sec. Is this based on British law? Like the British monarchy and everything? Wouldn't the eldest son always get the crown, regardless of legitimacy or whatnot? Or maybe that's what it is. He's an illegitimate child. Who knows? I don't know. Unfortunately, this is a room full of spikes, which is not very good for me. Oh, this is bad. Okay. This room is going to be a pain to climb back up through, as you might see here. Just gotta get running starts. Ah, okay, good. Whew. Yeah, I only have 11 HP left. I might not survive this. Let me see what the map looks like. Now, if I keep going to the south, if you may remember from the map in the first room, I'll eventually reach the dungeon. I don't really want to go to the dungeon, because the enemies there are quite hard. Oh, crap. Okay. Thankfully, I can hit the platforms. Okay, so far so good. I'm still alive, somehow. I'm gonna jump up into this room, and I'm gonna die. Oh! Darn it. Well, you know what? I think that's just about enough. I'm going to do one last thing, though, before I end it, and I'm going to show off... I'll at least unlock the minor class. So, let's see here. Paladin, nearsightedness, not really a fan of that. Let's go with the Barbarian. They're walking tanks, they're fun to have. And as you can see, I have 1,140 gold, so that's pretty nice. We'll immediately use that to unlock the minor class. And the reason the minor class is so good is because they get an automatic, let's see, what is it? An extra 30% of whatever money they pick up. So if you pick up 100 gold, you get 130 gold. So they're definitely good for money grinding. But if you get this, the gold gain up, which unfortunately I do not have enough to unlock it with yet, you can basically add a passive 10% per upgrade to your, gold bonus. And this applies to more than just the minor. This applies to any class. This is my recommendation for when you first boot up this game, is to just get one or two of these passive gold level ups here, because otherwise it's going to be really hard later on. But especially because, as I pointed out earlier, the price of these do increase as you go through the game. So, as you get more levels for your character by buying more stuff here, buying equipment and runes does not actually count toward this. It's only anything for the castle that counts toward your level, and thus the prices. But, yeah. Definitely want to try to get one or two of these before it gets too expensive. At least one, because that passive 10% is going to help a lot. I guess because I don't have enough money to get that, I might as well buy a few other things here. So let's go ahead and unlock the Architect. And I'll show him off before I'll just explain it here. The Architect basically locks down the castle. If you liked how the castle was the last time you played it, he'll basically take a 40% of whatever you earn on your next playthrough of the castle. He can hold it down, so you'll play through the same area, but you'll lose 40% of whatever you earn by the end of it. So it's kind of like the opposite of this. You'll lose 40% instead of gaining like 10%. So by unlocking the Architect, we can also upgrade the Barbarian. Might as well. Upgrading the Barbarian can be good, because now he can use a shout. I don't know what that means, the exploding bit. I've never actually used it. But this also allows us to unlock the Shinobi class, which is, in my opinion, one of the better classes next to the Miner. Because while the Miner is good for gold grinding, the Shinobi is fast and strong. He can one-shot almost anything in the first few rooms. He is that good. But because I cannot afford him yet, unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot more I can do here. Yep, not a whole lot. So, let's just go back over here. Let's talk to the smith here. And let's, I should be able to buy a helmet. Yeah, I can buy the Squire helmet. Let's just go ahead and do that. So now I have no armor, unfortunately. I have a little extra health and a little extra mana. This is the thing that kind of upsets me slightly, is that you would think putting on a helmet would increase your armor. Well, no, that's only the breastplates here that do that, unfortunately. Also, I could be wrong, but no, never mind. I was going to say, I think the prices of the blacksmith stuff increases as you buy more stuff, but I believe that's wrong. I think it's the runes, though, that if you buy runes from this girl here, it will definitely increase the price of any more runes you buy from her. So you always want to have a lot of runes. Not of runes. You want to have a lot of money before you talk to her and buy as only what runes you need. I'm going to say that much. So I could take on the castle once more, but I think this will do it for now. This makes it pretty much a good Rogue Legacy video. If you guys want to see more, leave a comment saying so. If not, I'll probably move on to something else. I don't know. I have fun with this. I'd love to do a playthrough, but if no one wants to see a full playthrough and me just dying a lot, then, well, so be it. This is Solomon, signing off. Have a good day.